Sam Harris on the illusion of free will and consciousness. As we sit here today, contemplating our lives and choices, have you ever paused to consider if free will truly exists? Have you ever pondered if your decisions and actions are not merely reactions to stimuli, or if there's more to it than meets the eye? Today, we delve into the mind of Sam Harris, a renowned neuroscientist and philosopher who has spent considerable time dissecting the notion of free will, leading us down a path that challenges our understanding of consciousness and choice. Let me tell you this, the very fabric of our existence seems to be woven with threads of free will, yet Harris argues that these threads may be mere illusions. As he eloquently puts it, our sense of control over our own actions is an illusion. This revelation, while jarring, is part of a broader discussion about the nature of consciousness and how we perceive ourselves within it. So let's unpack this together. Harris begins by examining the scientific evidence that suggests our brains operate on a complex system of neural networks and algorithms, which dictate our behavior without our conscious awareness. He cites studies showing that certain behaviors can be predicted based on brain activity patterns even before a person becomes aware of their intentions. For instance, when asked to choose between two images, the brain often starts processing the decision milliseconds before the conscious mind recognizes its preference. This phenomenon, known as neural priming, is further supported by fMRI scans that reveal brain activity patterns associated with decision-making long before the subject acknowledges their choice. Now, imagine if your actions were governed by these hidden mechanisms rather than by your conscious will. Would that change your perception of yourself? Would it alter your relationship with others and society at large? Harris argues that if free will is an illusion, it fundamentally changes the way we view ourselves and each other. It challenges our notions of morality, responsibility, and justice. You might be wondering, what does this mean for my life? Well, understanding that our actions are influenced by subconscious processes can help us become more aware of our motivations and tendencies. By recognizing that we're not entirely in control, we can take steps to align our actions with our values and goals. It's akin to being a master of one's ship rather than a victim of its tides. Instead of blaming external factors for our mistakes, we can work on improving our mental and emotional states to make better choices. Harris shares a personal anecdote that illustrates this point vividly. One day, he was walking his dog and felt a sudden urge to stop and talk to someone he passed by. However, he decided to continue walking, which led him to miss out on a meaningful conversation. Later, he realized that this impulse had been triggered by his brain's desire to seek social interaction, which was stronger than his initial intention to walk. This experience made him realize that our actions are often driven by subconscious desires and habits, not our deliberate choices. The implications of this realization extend beyond individual behavior. In a larger context, understanding the illusion of free will could influence societal norms and structures. For example, if we accept that our actions are not entirely our own, it might lead to a reevaluation of punishment systems. Rather than incarcerating individuals solely for their actions, we might focus more on rehabilitation and addressing underlying issues that contribute to criminal behavior. But what about the ethical implications? How do we reconcile the concept of free will with moral responsibility? Harris proposes a nuanced approach. He suggests that while we may not have absolute control over our actions, we still have the ability to make choices that align with our values and contribute positively to society. This perspective allows us to maintain a sense of agency and accountability, albeit in a modified form. Here's something you should know. Embracing the idea that free will is an illusion doesn't mean giving up hope or losing faith in oneself. On the contrary, it empowers us to take control of our thoughts and actions by understanding the forces that shape them. It encourages us to cultivate mindfulness and self-awareness, allowing us to navigate life's complexities with greater clarity and purpose. In conclusion, Sam Harris's exploration of the illusion of free will challenge us to rethink our fundamental beliefs about ourselves and our place in the world. It invites us to embrace a more realistic understanding of our capabilities and limitations. While this perspective may seem daunting, it ultimately empowers us to make the most of our lives by making informed choices aligned with our values. So let's embark on this journey together, armed with the knowledge that our true power lies not in controlling outcomes, but in shaping our paths through conscious awareness and intentional action. Remember, the road ahead may be uncertain, but by acknowledging the illusion of free will, we pave the way for a more enlightened and compassionate existence. Let's embrace this truth and strive to live our best lives, guided by a deeper understanding of our inner workings.